Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2025 Commencement Ceremony of the Fisher College School of Graduate Studies. At this time, we request that all mobile phones are to be silenced. Also, do not block the aisles during the procession. Out of courtesy to all the graduates, we ask that you remain in the venue until all diplomas have been awarded. Photographs may be taken in designated areas only. All that are able, please rise and welcome the graduating class of 2025.
Good afternoon. My name is Alexandra Barch. I am the chair of the Board of Trustees of Fisher College. We are very proud to welcome you to the 121st commencement year of Fisher College and the 10th year of our graduate program. This commencement ceremony is hereby open.
Hello, I'm Dr. Heidi Hendershot, a faculty member at Fisher College. Dear Lord, we gather today to honor these graduates as they begin the next chapter of their lives with courage and purpose. Thank you for guiding them through challenges and triumphs over the years. We honor their hard work, perseverance, and community that has nurtured them along the way, including family, friends, faculty, and mentors. May they find success in their hard work, meaning in their relationships, and joy in serving others. Guide them with your light as they step into the future, and may they use their gifts to make a positive difference in the world. Amen. I would now like to introduce the president of Fisher College, Steve Rich.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening, trustees, distinguished guests, members of the faculty, staff, and our distinguished graduates of the class of 2025. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to the 10th graduate ceremony, but the 121st Fisher College Commencement. Founded in 1903, so it's a long time. It's so nice to be able to celebrate such an accomplishment with all of you tonight. The Fisher College community extends our warmest congratulations to all that are receiving degrees today. We are proud of the special achievement and the remarkable potential of our graduating class. Today, approximately 100 graduate students will graduate as part of the class of 2025 and will be recognized for the completion of their degrees. There was also approximately 300 undergraduate degrees conferred on a separate commencement ceremony in May. Graduates, there are challenges in the world that you must face. The truth is, every generation faces challenges, but it's up to you to go out into the world and create and seize your opportunities. There are valuable life lessons learned at your time at Fisher that will serve you well as you pursue your dreams and your future goals. These include adaptability, problem solving, use of technology, and critical thinking. With these qualities and with the graduate education you have attained, you will have the skills to pursue your dreams. As Boston Celtics and NBA world champion Jason Tatum said, you've got to have confidence in yourself before anyone else will. You've shown confidence in applying for your graduate degree, confidence in hard work in completing your graduate degree. Now it's time to go out and show the world. We are immensely proud of what you have accomplished, and a heartfelt congratulations on your graduation, and I wish you the best of luck, and may you reach all your dreams. Thank you. Now I would like to welcome to the podium Dr. Neil Trotta, the Associate Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and the MBA Program Director.
Thank you, President Rich. Welcome, everyone. Congratulations on your accomplishments. We've got programs of psychology, programs in criminal justice, and the Master's in Business Administration program. Soon, maybe next year, we'll have graduates in the Master of Education in Early Childhood. So congratulations on your achievements. You've got some people here today that are here because of you, family, friends, relatives, you name it. So you deserve to give them a round of applause. So if you would, please turn and give them a round of applause. I have the privilege to introduce to you now the MBA student speaker who will be graduating tonight. I met him in the summer of 2024. I had already known his brother, Alec. I had already known his sister, Naomi, who's a graduate of this MBA program too. And I spent about an hour with him. And he was in town to visit Alec and to check things out and to meet the soccer coach, because Alec and Naomi played soccer. It's all but required that Kenji play soccer. But I met with him for about an hour, and I had already gotten a heads up from the soccer coach how polished and professional he was, and he was that afternoon with me too. And he told me how excited he was to be able to play with his brother, and I thought about that for a really long time. How many people get to play a sport that they love and be able to play with a brother or a sister or somebody like that? So right away I knew he was going to be a success. Right away I knew he was going to be an asset to our MBA program. He was very, very busy. He had soccer in the fall. He then told me that he was going to get a part-time job. And then he just recently told me that he started his own business. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm tired just thinking about this. So anyway, with all of that said, I want to introduce to you the MBA student speaker for 2025, Kenji Vivas.
Wow, am I in the correct stage? Thankfully everyone left, but ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty, honored guests, families, and now you, fellow graduates. From an analytical point of view, according to the US Census Bureau in 2023, roughly 14.2% of adults 25 years and older hold a graduate level qualification. I know. I'm as shocked as you all are. Therefore, it is an exceptional accomplishment that each and everyone should be proud of. From an emotional aspect, at some point, all of us graduates shed tears, sweat, and hopefully there was no blood shedding involved. Staying up late, trying to fulfill all those famous case studies that we love, that were assigned by Dr. Trotta, Dr. Harris, and Professor Romano, among others, which was no easy task. It is critical to give my greatest remarks to psychology, counseling psychology, and criminal justice graduates, as I do not hold the amazing skill sets that are required to complete the assigned courses to these majors. Initially, in my first week of the MBA program, I wanted to give up, or fast forward to the graduation date, which is now. However, it is not about the journey, but about the destination. I understand the majority of people have utilized this quote in every single imaginable speech. Even though it is not the most creative quote, I'll hopefully transcend some type of motivation in the following words. 90% of this MBA class is international, meaning that you all flew away from your home countries, leaving your delightful lives behind to hopefully accomplish something bigger than yourselves. And you have. So I would love to commemorate all of the graduates as they essentially became my family. And within each family, there was great, bad, and obviously weird situations, as you know. Which is why I want to thank every individual in this room that assisted me in this marvelous adventure. So now as we stand on the final page of this chapter, it is critical to start writing the upcoming one. My advice to you all is, keep chasing your dream, build an extensive but quality network, keep loving your loved ones, and either text me or call me whenever. Congratulations, class of 2025. Keep accomplishing, and let's go make our dreams reality.
Well done, Kenji. I would like to introduce at this time Dr. Mark Wilson, who is the Program Director for Graduate Programs in Psychology, to introduce the Psychology Program graduation speaker. Dr. Wilson.
Well, it is my sincere pleasure and honor to introduce Medita Sharif, our graduate counseling psychology student speaker this year. I had the pleasure of having Medita in several of my classes as a student, and right away I recognized her as a kindred intellect, and in some ways a kindred spirit. And I'm speaking here about her wry sense of humor. If you know Medita, you know what I'm talking about. She often had a way of enriching our class discussions by bringing a different perspective and even tactfully challenging other people's opinions, including my own. She can appear very soft-spoken, but it's obvious to me that she's respected and admired by her faculty and her peers alike. Before even completing the degree she's about to receive, Medita decided that she was not finished with her educational journey. Another calling beckons her. She recently applied and was accepted to Northeastern University's Accelerated Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. She says her career goal is to become a psychiatric nurse practitioner, providing mental health care to underserved populations. I have no doubt that she'll make a real difference wherever she invests her talents. I'm pleased and proud to present Medita Sharif.
So much for that lovely introduction. Everyone knows how great I am. I just wanted to start off by just kind of saying hello to everyone. I am going to just start off by just reading off my speech. Okay, so good evening, everyone, board members, family, friends, professors, staff, and those who weren't entirely sure we'd make it here today. Well, we did. We're the graduating class of the master's degree programs at Fisher College, and let me tell you, this moment was earned. Through long nights, full-time jobs, family responsibilities, and more APA 7 citations than anyone should have to manage, we pushed through. Whether our journeys involved building businesses, counseling survivors, studying human behavior, exploring justice systems, or shaping future minds, we gave our time, our energy, and more long nights than we'd like to admit. But overall, we earned every bit of this. As graduate students, we've all been there, turning a simple discussion post into a full-blown essay. Poured over textbooks we didn't always have time to read, and learned how to reflect, process, and present, all while keeping our day jobs and our real lives intact. And let's be honest, some of us became experts at contributing to class discussions while cooking dinner or hiding from family members behind a muted mic. Some of us raised families, some of us balanced multiple jobs, and most of us at one point or another quietly asked ourselves, can I really do this? I know I did. When I applied to the counseling psychology program, I wasn't sure that I'd get in. And once I was in, I wasn't sure that I'd stay. There were so many moments I wanted to quit. I questioned myself constantly, diagnosed myself with at least 5 different disorders by week 3. But what helped me wasn't just resilience. It was people beside me, those who knew what it felt like to struggle, and who kept showing up anyway. So for those of us in the counseling psychology program, we realized very early on that this wasn't your typical grad school experience. We held each other up when life hit hard, when burnout hit harder, and when the internet connection teams just wouldn't cooperate sometimes. We showed up with encouragement when someone wanted to quit, with notes when someone couldn't make it, and with laughter when everything felt like it was way too much. We were students, counselors in training, and support systems rolled into one big, beautiful tribe. And leading that tribe for us, Dr. Wilson. Dr. Wilson, you didn't just direct our program, you led a transformation in each of us. You pushed us, sometimes when we didn't want to be pushed, but always towards something sharper, stronger, and more self-aware professionals. Sure, we never finished the lesson slides, but let's be honest, we didn't need to, because you taught us something more valuable than bullet points, quality over quantity. Your passion for the material, unmatched. Your belief in us, even when we doubted ourselves, unshakable. You challenged us to think deeper, to hold space better, and to show it fully. You saw potential when we all saw panic, and now here we are, ready. Now I'll be honest, public speaking, not really my thing. Presentations, not if I can help it. However, sharing my thoughts outside of a perfectly rehearsed car monologue, absolutely terrifying. But here I am, standing here not just as a graduate, but as a first-generation counseling student. I've spent many years in rooms where I felt like I didn't belong, where I dimmed myself just to fit in. But this program gave me permission to show up fully, authentically, and to be seen. Not just for what I could do, but for who I was becoming. This moment is personal. It's for my parents, it's for everyone who paved way when there wasn't one, and it's for anyone who's ever questioned whether they belonged in spaces like this. You do. You always do. For all the graduate programs, to our professors, thank you for sharing your wisdom, for answering 1,000 questions, and reminding us that growth often starts with discomfort. To our family and friends, thank you for your patience when we were too busy, too tired, or too overwhelmed to be present. And for understanding that I'm in class actually means I have 3 deadlines, a presentation, and 0 brain cells left. You stood by us while we pursued a dream we sometimes couldn't put into words. And now to all of my classmates, to all of my fellow graduates, we made it. We showed up over and over again, even when life was loud, even when teams glitched, even when we weren't sure we could. And now we step forward, not just as degree holders, but as leaders, change makers, helpers, and healers. So here's to us, the Fisher College class of 2025. Let's go change some lives, guys.
I have now the distinct honor of introducing our honorary degree recipient and keynote speaker, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the New England Center and Home for Veterans, Captain C. Andrew McCawley. After 30 years of distinguished service in the U.S. Navy, Captain McCawley now works tirelessly to support the veterans of Massachusetts. Captain McCawley received his undergraduate degree in Naval Architecture from the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, and received his master's in aeronautic engineering from the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, California, where he also graduated from U.S. Navy Test Pilot School. Captain McCawley also completed an advanced management program at Harvard Business School. During his 30-year naval career as a naval officer and aviator, he commanded a Navy fighter squadron and commanded 2 ships, including the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln. As president and CEO of the New England Center and Home for Veterans, Captain McCawley is still providing support to our troops. The New England Center and Home for Veterans provides an array of human services to vulnerable veterans in our community, including housing, meals, education, and employment services. Captain McCawley has distinguished himself through decades of dedicated military service, rising to the highest level of command and leadership. Additionally, he has become a tireless advocate for veterans, dedicating post-service life to ensuring that the sacrifices of our national heroes are honored, their voices heard, and their needs met. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, it is my distinct honor to present the degree of Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters to Captain Andrew McCawley, in recognition of a lifetime of exemplary service, leadership, and unwavering advocacy on behalf of veterans and our nation.
Fisher College Board of Trustees, President Rich, members of the President's Cabinet, esteemed faculty and staff of Fisher College, graduating scholars, alum, students, family members, friends, and supporters. Thank you very much for honoring me with the invitation to speak at this milestone event. It is a distinct privilege to be here with you this evening, and I am truly humbled. It is a distinct thank you also for this honorary degree. I will treasure it and always remember its award. Today's ceremony and the life event that it marks, the achievement of a graduate degree, is an incredibly important, and I would say perhaps transformational milestone in the careers of today's graduates. It acknowledges and codifies your personal achievements. So to the graduates, I would like to convey my most heartfelt congratulations. You have earned your prestigious and valuable graduate degrees through diligent and sustained study, through plain hard work, inside and outside the classroom, through self-discipline and through personal perseverance. You have earned all of our deepest admiration and respect. You, your family, your friends and supporters should all be justifiably proud. Today is your day. Although each of you have earned your degrees through that individual effort, I think it can also be said that your degrees reflect on so very many contributors and supporters, family members, friends, faculty, advisors, donors, supporters of Fisher College. The list of contributors to your degree here today goes back more than 120 years, back to 1903 and the vision and energy of Myron C. and Edmund H. Fisher. Life has taught me that just about everything that we do is ultimately a team sport. So I think it also appropriate to acknowledge and express gratitude to the so many others who have contributed to your day today. Now, I'm not an alum of Fisher College, but I understand the importance of the degrees being conferred to you all today and the education they represent. I think I can also attest to the value and beneficial impacts of that education by committed graduates to your own betterment and to all of society. It was sure not on the strength of my oratory that Fisher College leadership extended this opportunity for me to speak to all of you here today. I would surmise that their decision was more likely, at least partially, on account of and in recognition of the important partnership that the New England Center and Home for Veterans has maintained with Fisher College for well over a decade. A partnership that has proven to be of great benefit to veterans served by the center, as well as for the center itself as an institution. I can only hope that some of that benefit has reciprocated back to Fisher College. So for many years, dozens of veterans served by the New England Center, as well as center staff, have had the opportunity to enroll in courses here at Fisher College, to earn degrees, to gain valuable education credentials, including completion certificates, study skills, employment advantages, and community connections. There is no doubt that Fisher College is unmatched in its commitment to those who have served. And the scope of Fisher College's commitment to and support for veterans goes well beyond its partnership with the center and goes back many decades before its partnership with us. And I thought I might relay just a brief anecdote that was recently told to me in an unsolicited fashion, just clear out of the blue essentially, that I believe may help bring Fisher College's impact on veterans' success into even clearer focus. Just last month, the chair of the board of the New England Center, who by the way had no idea that I was going to participate here tonight, was describing the story of his cousin's life success after serving in the United States Air Force during the Vietnam conflict. His cousin's name, this gentleman was named Tim Hastings, and he had just recently passed away, sadly. But Tim had returned here to the Boston area where he grew up after service as an Air Force helicopter door gunner. And as a recently returned and also recently married veteran, Tim did not know what he was going to do. After serving his country, Tim was uncertain as to how he should live his life in his country. A not uncommon set of circumstances for veterans. Now this was back in the early 1970s. And what Tim decided to do was to enroll in business classes here at Fisher College. And years later, when describing to his family how he ended up where he did, Tim personally credited his long and very successful business career. He ultimately ascended to be the general manager role of a $100 million plus company, to the strong foundation he obtained here at Fisher College. Now that was over 50 years ago when Tim got his start right here at Fisher College, and Fisher College's support for veterans has continued and only become stronger. Again this year, Fisher College, for the 16th year, has been recognized by the GI Jobs magazine as one of the top military-friendly colleges in Massachusetts. And with all the schools and colleges here in Massachusetts, by last count, I believe it is 106. That's the 10th largest number of colleges in any state in the country. That says a lot of positive about Fisher College. And at least in my view, the most important and influential person, the key and consistent driver of the partnership between the Center and Fisher College in support of veterans has been and remains Dr. Neil Trotta. Thank you, Dr. Trotta, for your own military service in the Air Force and for all the enablement you provide to your fellow veterans. Now I'd just like to take a couple of minutes to provide a bit of my own perspective to the graduates on why I believe your particular field of study and your intended career disciplines are so important and valuable to our community, to our society, our nation, and to people overall. And maybe just a little bit of a little bit of background on how I came to those views. So for psychology, today, Fisher College is conferring graduate degrees in the field of psychology. Congratulations to each and every one of you. The field of psychology is a vital and impacting discipline. And how would I know based on the background that you may have just heard? So just over 20 years ago, in early 2005, I had the privilege of assuming command of a U.S. Navy nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. The opportunity to command an aircraft carrier was, and is for a naval aviator, the culmination of a career. The preparation and training path for a naval aviator to command the Navy's most powerful capital ships is a career-spanning, multi-decade-long endeavor. It entails many years and multiple tours of serving on and flying from aircraft carriers and becoming familiar with and experienced in the complexities and challenges of conducting shipboard combat flight operations around the globe. It has been said that the operations of an aircraft carrier represents the most complex system that mankind has ever developed and is able to carry out consistently. So today, all U.S. Navy aircraft carriers are nuclear powered. And aside from submarines, they are the only ships that are powered by nuclear reactors. A modern Nimitz or Ford-class aircraft carrier is powered by an incredibly complex and powerful plant consisting of two separate nuclear reactors, each generating sufficient energy to supply a medium-sized city and then some. The power demands for an aircraft carrier are enormous. To drive the 110,000-ton ship to the ocean at more than 30 miles an hour, to power all its weapons and sensor systems, to launch and recover 60,000-pound aircraft, to run the elevators, the machinery, and all the industrial and hotel-type systems to support over 6,000 embarked crew members. and an inspiring career captain must undergo almost 2 years of dedicated training in classrooms on operating nuclear reactors and with the actual scientists and engineers who design and build the systems. The nuclear plants on the carrier are maintained and operated by a dedicated department of over 600 officers, chief petty officers, and sailors, all trained and experienced nuclear power professionals. Arguably the most hand-selected and highly trained of any of the service members in the U.S. military. And the captain is supposed to know more than all of them, which actually by the time you go through all that training and get to command, you probably do. But I realized very quickly back in 2005, after taking the reins on Abraham Lincoln, and that was reinforced to me day after day continuously, that despite how important the technical knowledge of nuclear energy and systems were for me, psychology and an understanding of human behaviors was infinitely more important. And that regardless of how complex the ship's nuclear systems or any of its systems were, their complexity, power, and importance paled in comparison to those of the people who maintained and operated them. Knowledge and understanding and insights of people, why and how they react and behave, ultimately always trumped the knowledge and insights into nuclear fission, radiation safety, thermodynamics, engineering, electronics, and so many other technical details. So much of human success, and conversely, human challenges, are related to our psychology. And now, in my current role, I see every day at the center that reality revealed. Last year, the center's team of human services and behavioral health professionals, and we're hiring, assisted more than 1,500 veterans and family members. These are many times our community's most challenged and vulnerable veterans. Frequently, and I would say in the vast majority, it is behavioral health and psychological issues and conditions, whether related to their military service or not, that are at the root of the challenges that many of the veterans face. So again, to all you graduating with a degree here in psychology, thank you for pursuing your education and work in that so important field of endeavor. Going forward, you will undoubtedly make a world of positive difference in many people's lives. Today, the Fisher College Graduate School of Education is also awarding degrees in the field of criminal justice. Congratulations to each and every one of the recipients. In a perfect world, one that I believe we all recognize does not and will likely never exist, there wouldn't be a need for any criminal justice or criminal justice systems in our society. The reality is, however, that there will likely always be a need, perhaps an imperative, for an effective criminal justice system. More than 10,000 years of human history and civilization has demonstrated that fact. I also believe that the more just and sophisticated the criminal justice systems are, the better functioning the society is. Thankfully, our systems of justice here in this country, I think, are much more enlightened, more informed by empirical evidence, and intended and designed to function to the benefit of every party involved in or affected by the systems. Victims, offenders, institutions, and society overall. The U.S. military has its own very tailored system of justice governed by the Uniform Code of Military Justice, or UCMJ. And the UCMJ, like all systems, is intended to achieve specific effects. I am in no way a legal expert, attorney, or expert in the criminal justice system, but as a captain of 2 major U.S. Navy warships with thousands of sailors and Marines embarked, I had to adjudicate hundreds of individual cases, from minor infractions to significant offenses under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And as a ship captain, my highest priority had to be the maintenance of good order and discipline. But an important consideration for me was always the outcomes and ultimately the hopeful success of the sailors and Marines who had run afoul of the system. My experience helped me come to appreciate the importance of justice systems for everyone. Criminal justice systems worldwide are likely influenced by and reflect historical, cultural, and even religious heritage, but I believe the best ones are designed and administered to make society function better and to keep people safe. Now, in my role at the New England Center, we mostly view our criminal justice system in the context of providing support to either prior offenders or prior victims, and sometimes both. As many as a third or more of the veterans that the center serves in a year report prior involvement with its criminal justice system and a history of incarceration. And many as 10% each year enroll directly from incarceration. Our goal at the center is to help veteran prior offenders return to positive and participating roles in our society, and a sophisticated, professional, and responsible criminal justice system is a key part of that. Rehabilitation of offenders, reducing the risks of recidivism, and restoring dignity and independence to former offenders may certainly fall behind protecting public safety and ensuring justice as the priorities, but ultimately they do contribute significantly to keeping people safe and improving quality of life overall. So each and every one of you graduating today with a degree of criminal justice, thank you as well for choosing to pursue your education and work in that so important endeavor. You will make a world of positive difference in many people's lives. When I left active duty service, now almost 18 years ago, after having worn a uniform for more than 3 decades, I will confess I knew next to nothing about, and also did not have any real appreciation for the inherent importance of business in our society. It has been my subsequent experiences outside of the military, partly in international aerospace, but the majority at the New England Center, that have demonstrated to me how important, I would say fundamental, business and business administration actually is to society and to the entirety of humanity. In the military, I tended to view business with the idea that it was primarily to make money or pursue profit, and as a result, inherently selfish. But what I failed to appreciate was that business is actually at the root of the majority of human progress over the last 10,000 plus years. Business is how mankind is able to efficiently, fairly, and peacefully exchange value between partners. Business creates wealth and produces the surplus resources that we need to enable the development of society. Astute business management consistently over many decades is what has enabled Fisher College, and likely just about every private institution, to provide excellence in education for you students and to push the boundaries of human knowledge. Dedicated, disciplined business management is an essential function for every private organization. Business management is what enables charitable institutions to sustainably do their important work in society. Without skilled business management, the New England Center could not serve veterans. Business management creates profit and wealth, and then through taxes and other governmental vehicles can be invested in the public good, in everything from research to infrastructure to transportation and technology, to exploration and to human services for those in need. Without business, I would argue, there could be no civilization, no society, and little wellness, prosperity, or leisure time. I have become convinced, albeit somewhat later in life, the field of business and all its tools fundamentally comprise a vital, vibrant, and virtuous human endeavor that you all should be congratulated for striving to pursue. So to all you graduating with a degree in business administration, congratulations. And finally, in closing, to Fisher College, to all of today's graduates, thank you and congratulations.
Will the candidates please rise? That's you all. President Rich, we're pleased to present to you the candidates that have qualified in all respects for the Master of Arts, the Master of Science, and the Master of Business Administration and graduate certificates. I certify that the students standing before you tonight have completed their program requirements at the college and are now presented to you to be awarded the degree or certificate. I therefore recommend that you confer upon them the appropriate degree or certificate.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Fisher College and by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Masters of Art, Masters of Science, Masters of Business Administration, and graduate certificates with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Thank you, President Rich. Graduates, please be seated. I'd like to now introduce Dr. Ed Harris, who is one of the distinguished faculty in the MBA program, who will read the names of the MBA graduates and the Masters of Science and Criminal Justice graduates. Professor Harris.
Will the candidate marshals please escort the graduates receiving the Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts, Master of Science, and graduate certificates to the stage. Arthur Ariel. Jose Ibar Martinez. Erica Burian. Mark Cassis. Abid Chowdhury. Kenji Cox. Rafad Drumad. Latifa Gomes White. Keisha Harper. Chan Mulini Kim. Prayashi Katwala. Johnson Okabiku Kalu. Henry McCain. Henry's degree will be presented by his father, Josh McCain, the college librarian. Stephanie Monroe. Elizabeth Nakachwala. Anthony Newman Luxig. Vance Serrano. Ebony Campbell. Ashutosh Sharma. Michael Smith. Stephen Van Schaik. Kenji Vivas. Jerome Walker. Yuming Zhao. Kevin Booker Jr. Kenisha Cheney. Nilza DePina. Julio Martinez.
I would now like to ask Professor Mark Wilson to come up to hood the Master of Arts in Psychology students, please. Funmi Baker. Berlene Charles. Brian Coulomb. Catherine Cowgill. Emily Cruz. Andrea Diaz. Noah Feltis. Karina Fortes. Catherine Harris. Sarah Lessa. Susan Mitchell. Marlon Paguro. Medita Sharif. Phoebe Stapleton. Chrisley Zepeda. Dismaris? Oh, Dina Dismaris. Maria Zaroulis. Rachel Zerlin. Congratulations to all of our graduates. I would now like to invite up Dr. Robert Melorani, who is going to introduce you all to the Alumni Association. Dr. Melorani.
Thank you, Dr. Trotter. Congratulations, class of 2025. Let's get a round of applause. All of you have shown tremendous dedication in achieving this milestone in your personal and professional lives, and now it's your time to celebrate. As a new master's degree graduate, you'll be faced with many challenges as you embark on a new phase of your professional careers, but you won't be alone. Fisher College will support you as alumni tomorrow, just as we did when you were students yesterday. You are now members of an exclusive network of more than 15,000 Fisher College alumni who work in all industries throughout the United States and overseas. This network is managed on campus by the college's Office of Advancement and Alumni Engagement and will become your support system to help you succeed in your careers moving forward. To maintain the strength and value of this network, we ask every member to actively participate in the following ways. First, be informed. Read the Fisher Today magazine, both online and mailed to your home, Fisher newsletters and other campus communications, attend alumni events in the future, and come back to campus to check out new happenings of what's going on Beacon Street. Being informed makes you a better ambassador and representative of the college within your profession and to prospective students. Number 2, stay connected. Keep us up to date on your whereabouts, your lives, your successes, your careers, so we may celebrate your accomplishments to help you maintain the bonds you established with friends and classmates while at Fisher. Send your updates, class notes, and questions to alumni@fisher.edu. Finally, get involved. Whether it's serving on an alumni board or committee, talking to current students about your professional experiences, or financially supporting a scholarship, you can join thousands of alumni who came before you in assisting current students in improving the college to move forward. In closing, please remember one thing. While your lives may take you to places near and far, remember that the Office of Advancement and Alumni Engagement at Fisher will always be here with an open door to assist you, to keep you connected, and to always welcome you back to Beacon Street. Again, congratulations, class of 2025. At this time, I'd like to welcome Fisher College's chairwoman of the Board of Trustees, Alexandra Barch.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to say congratulations to all of the graduates. As our speaker said, everything is a team effort. So it's you, your families, Fisher College, your peers, your friends, all work together to achieve this day, and we are very proud. Please join us immediately following this ceremony at 116 Beacon Street for a reception in honor of the graduates. I hereby declare this commencement ceremony over.
How are you? Nice to see you. You're the one in the background, always helping him, I know.